Welcome back to Rooted Influence. I hope you enjoy this conversation and this interview. Konnichiwa, my friends.
At Root, we're trying to clean out the body. So we're trying to take the waste out. And then we're also trying to supplement, because once you clean the cell and clean the body, you've got to put the right things into the body. We are a company dedicated to non-GMO, vegan, clean products, organic, and I think this is very important when we're developing products. One of my favorite products is Root Clean Slate. And so I want you guys to think about, when you write on a whiteboard, if you write on it all day, if you don't wipe that whiteboard off, then it's dirty. So with this zeolite product, we're able to really clean the slate, get rid of things, and start over. So we have a product called Zero In. This particular product is able to really help people focus by affecting the neurotransmitters of the brain. It's also able to help people with just daily life and energy levels. We used a lot of ingredients in this particular formula, a lot of natural ingredients, amino acids that the body really needs. So if you look at our first round of products and then what we're coming out with, you really are going to have something that you use on a daily basis. Just like pharmaceutical and biotech, we're a nutraceutical company, because our goal is not to end today. Our goal is to have a bright future where we help people daily. Your body needs a foundation, and it needs a strong foundation, and that's what we're giving people.
This is an exciting introduction. My name is Clayton Thomas. I'm the founder of Root, and it's an honor. We have an amazing community of people, but over time we find people of more influence. And with me today is Ms. Clare Turner Marshall, and through her relationships and time, well, she runs into Mr. Universe, Ty OG. So Ty is like I said, Mr. Universe, and if you follow the bodybuilding community and the fitness community, you understand that this space, they are the original biohackers, right? This is a realm of human performance that very few get to actually understand and tweak. And so having someone with a level of knowledge and experience and a Mr. Universe is always an advantage. So this is the beginning of many conversations. We're excited to have Ty involved with the Root brand and the Root community. So we'll take a couple minutes, and we'll go back and forth. I've got a couple questions for Mr. Universe. First of all, who has better guns?
Well, you clearly do. It's really great to be here, and I really appreciate you having me on this interview, and I think that is something that is very important, bearing in mind how the world is right now, to have a discussion tailored around health and keeping well through, every toxicity out there that we find. And I've been doing my research and want to learn more, and I also want other people to learn more, and I'm hoping that this session will be an eye-opener.
So with the start, with your experience and tweaking the body's performance and getting the maximum gains out of what we're capable of doing, which you're very well experienced in, one of the things that we talk about heavily is the importance of addition by subtraction. Not everything of what you can put in, but what you get out first.
Right.
So removing, with your work, in the past up to this point, how much of a focus and how important do you see it being in removing the metals, the toxins, the pollutants? And, you can look at it from a competition standpoint, because we talk about detoxification and cleansing. But how important is that process, that you found for finding like optimal performance?
I think it's very imperative to get the body ready to do anything, just like a car. To run smoothly, you need it to have every part of it working, from the internal to the external. I find that prior to getting your body to do whatever it is you want it to do, whether it be weight loss, weight gain, anything of that sort. You want to make sure that it has been as ready as possible for anything that you want it to do. So we're looking at, getting rid of toxins. We're looking at getting the body in the optimum level in order to absorb every nutrition that it requires in order to either grow, in order to burn fat. Again, just looking at those kind of, getting ready for a show is a very tedious task because you put your body under a lot of stress. So in order to get it through that stress, you want to make sure that it's able to handle it. And like you said, the metals and all the toxicity that the body has no choice but to go through and, inhale. It's important to be able to find a way to tackle that so that you are getting the best. Otherwise, we're kind of like just working and not getting the best results.
Most people, when we talk about our diet, most people have a lot of room for improvement, but you are very strict in your diet, your lifestyle, correct? To make sure that you're putting everything in properly. You get your cheat days every once in a while, but there's been that focus in nutrition and performance. So now you're just starting on clean slate. You've got the understanding of the principles, which was, I think, the reason this made so much sense. So when you've got diet taken care of, then you have the importance of assisting the body in the process. Like you're talking about having an automobile. If you've got a performance car, you have to change the oil. You want to change the oil filters. You want to change the fuel filters. Same philosophy. The more fine-tuned that vehicle is, the better it's going to perform. You've been competitively training for many years now. In your space, how much of a focus have you seen in conversing about eliminating toxins versus what you can do to add?
That is a very good point there, Clayton. I think that, I don't think that a lot of light has been shown as it should have. I haven't, to be honest, seen videos out there just to show and, just get your mind like tuned in to say that, okay, this is important in order to, get the best gains or, because we're always looking at gains, right? Because like a bodybuilder, you want to get bigger. As we're trying to get bigger, we're trying to make the right aesthetics as well. So the body is looking aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But we'll talk about all of that and more, but we wouldn't really, emphasize on, the importance of cleansing the body, getting it ready in order to do that. So I think that's a very valid point that you made there. And my mind is very open to seeing, because I've always tried and I've always, tried to let my clients know and people that I'm training with that they need to clean their body and get ready and then do all the other bits. But I don't know that there's a lot of light shown on that. I wouldn't say that I've seen that.
You get Mr. Universe, Tayoji, bringing the philosophy, to the space. And this is the fun part of being of influence, but being one, you can't really call it a trendsetter, but it's understanding the foundation, right? And I think that's the important part, from any aspect of development, whether you're looking at your body as a temple or you're looking at building a home or a building, you have to have a strong foundation. And without laying that foundation down, I think the one thing that is of most importance is through that process, you've made the changes from a lifestyle standpoint to allow your body to be more effective at flushing stuff out over this process you've gone through life. It'll be intriguing over time to see those fine tuning, pieces as we go through this. But the second part, and you've started on this, but haven't had a chance to play with it too much yet. Let's talk about dopamine and a little serotonin and what dopamine can do for performance. And you've taken a couple capsules of Zero in so far, not many yet.
No.
But what's the initial experience over the first couple days? and then we will get more as we go over time, because the one thing that's important with Zero In, and I think this will be an interesting conversation because I want to throw a couple ideas back to you on this. But when we look at dopamine, right? Dopamine is probably the greatest neurotransmitter made, but in sports performance, it's very unique. Have you played with improving your dopamine and serotonin levels before, for performance, for improving mood and workouts? What have you done prior?
So as you know, the leg muscle is a very prominent part of the body that releases dopamine. I believe it's serotonin. Really just like great endorphins to get you feeling better. As a person who's experienced depression firsthand, I know how negative that could be, and getting you doing things that you should be doing. So how I've tackled that in the past is by trying to do squats. Squats as an exercise is always good because that releases a lot of that. It's just like feel good hormones in the body, just making you, like a good leg day is always a go-to when it comes to that. So I think that, just like leg extensions, just seeing how you could play around with those kind of workouts, that would be my way of doing it.
Now we can kick it up a notch.